This is how to travel Istanbul.
Alright, so listen. We don't travel for a living. We can't just take 6 weeks off, and we're not going to quit our jobs to go see the world.
We're just regular guys with normal jobs.
But we do travel aggressive and travel often.
And we're gonna show you how you can too.
We've kind of hit the trifecta of Turkish foods.
Can you imagine how your pants big this must have been?
Here we are in Europe. And there is Asia.
We are going to Dubai and Oman and Istanbul.
I think, without a doubt, the best place to go to get a good deal on a flight is skyscanner.com. I use it for every flight that I book just about. We found out through Skyscanner that a lot of flights are routed through Istanbul.
I think it was one of the cheapest ways is to do a layover in Istanbul. But there's really no rule on how long or how short your layover has to be. On the way back, instead of making a 3-hour layover, we've got a 54-hour layover. Yeah.
And we only ended up paying like 150 extra bucks to spend extra handful of days in Istanbul. It's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, it's great.
Turkey has suspended their visas, so we can't go to Turkey.
Right now, we have 2 days in an airport.
The bigger issue is that we're flying in and out of separate airports on the opposite side of Istanbul. We don't know how we're gonna get from one airport to the other, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So here we are in Istanbul. We're actually here. We found out that we're able to get visas on arrival. Apparently there's a loophole that we can just show up and show that if we've arrived from a country that's not the US, that we're still allowed to get a visa. We don't know exactly what's gonna happen here, but if we don't make it through passport control, then I think we'll just be stuck in here until we get deported. We made it.
Abi küçükten de mi görmemiş anasını satayım?
So the big idea for this weekend is conquering a city with a limited amount of time. Do your research ahead of time, figure out the spots you want to check out, and actually go into Google Maps and star all the locations that you want to see. That way you can kind of cluster the stuff you want to see into neighborhoods and conquer each portion of the city one bite at a time. Today we're going to start out with the Sultanahmet part of Istanbul, which is where all the old stuff is. You know, maybe it's a main tourist kind of hub, but I'm looking forward to kind of getting our bearings and start conquering the city from there. Transit in Istanbul can be kind of confusing. There's a collection of all sorts of funiculars, metro, trams. The best way to do this is to just grab an Istanbul card and load up some value so that you can just tap in and tap out of stations.
Köşedeki çiçekçi seni sordu bu sabah. Burada yok dedim, selam söyledi, tazeymiş günleri yokluğun.
Our first stop's probably the main tourist spot in the city, and there's something to be said for, you know, looking for a local experience that isn't just about, you know, tourist sightseeing. But here's the thing, you know, if you miss something like the Hagia Sophia, you're gonna miss one of the wonders of the world. So yeah, focus on Turkish experience, but definitely go and check out the stuff that's really amazing, even if there's tourists there.
So this place was built in 532.
So repeat, that's year 500.
532. Can you imagine how your pants big this must have been for people to see something this massive?
This was the biggest dome in the world for centuries. So it's almost chill-inducing for me. Pretty amazing place.
Very cool.
You know, the other thing that's pretty interesting about the Hagia Sophia is that it was built as a church by the Byzantines. Later, when the Ottomans conquered the city, it was converted into a mosque, and now it's a secular museum. This is kind of a Grand Canyon moment. Photos do not do it justice. It's just absolutely insane how massive the dome is.
One of the first things that sticks out is the pulpit actually isn't in the center. And that's because this church wasn't built facing towards Mecca, but mosques will always face towards Mecca.
Instead of like turning the whole church to face Mecca, they just changed the direction of prayer just a little bit to point towards Holy City.
It's amazing. It's actually just outrageously, just outrageous.
Gördü bir kere gözlerim, akar yaşım dolu dolu, akar yaşım dolu dolu. Bir ateş düştü gönlüme, yakar inceden oy, inceden oy.
So in the Sultanahmet part of Istanbul, what's kind of cool is that a lot of the sites are right next to each other. So next up is the Topkapı Palace, the original palace of the Sultan when the Ottomans came and sacked Constantinople. Here we are in Europe, and there is Asia. Europe, Asia. Okay, one more tourist trap, the Sultanahmet Mosque, aka Blue Mosque. Just open to non-Muslims after prayer time, so let's check it out. It smells like feet in here.
Yeah, it does.
So people are coming out of the woodwork to talk to us about whatever. Come to my carpet store.
Just buy a carpet.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Carpets are cheap.
All right, lunchtime in Istanbul. We've kind of hit the trifecta of Turkish foods. We got a lot of good spots right under one roof, I guess. Okay, this first one is a kefta place, which is a meatball. Like meatballs? I like meatballs. For lunch part 2, after the kefta place, directly across the street is the kebab place.
Barları dolduranlar sevgililer değil yalnızlar. Bilmeyenler öğrensin yalnızlar. Evde durmak sokağa çıkar mutsuzlar.
Pretty sweet 2-for-1 Turkish lunch. Almost everybody there besides us was Turkish, so more legit than, just some tourist BS.
İsteyeceğim televizyon açıp her gün izleyeceğim. Aziz Nesin olacak her cümlemin arkası. Ömer Hayyam benim kalemlerin markası. Dizilerle dolduysa dünyanın aklısı. Düzü verirler gündüz tut dünyayı akmasın. Yaprak düşerse suçlarlar ağacı. Anlatamam derdimi dert benim ilacım. Tek gerçeğin hayat senin sahip ölür kalır kiracı. Yaprak düşerse suçlarlar ağacı. Anlatamam derdimi dert benim ilacım. Tek gerçeğin hayat senin sahip ölür kalır kiracı.
Gözünü aç aç ve şu kafanı kaldır. Apaçık alkışlar her salağı halkın. İnsanın tek derdi paradır artık. Bu gezegen kocaman bir kapalı çarşı. Bize dayatılan her şeyin amacı farklı. Görelim diye her kötü savaşı haklı. Zanneder insanoğlu sanalı canlı. Alayı kancık, bencil ya da çıkarcı. İyice abartıp da
So in general, Sultanahmet had some cool stuff to see. Grand Bazaar, people trying to sell you shit. It does get definitely tourist tracks, so glad to see it, and you know, glad to be able to check out other parts of the city too that are probably more legit day to day than, you know, selling Turkish delight and rugs to tourists all day. Yeah. We're staying in central Istanbul near Taksim Square, which is the city's main transportation hub. Now, right next to Taksim is Istiklal Avenue, which is probably Turkey's most famous pedestrian street. Tonight we're going to start out by checking out a smaller neighborhood nearby called Asmali Mescid.
Where are we?
Smalakavit.
Smali Kabit.
This is called Metze, and it's kind of a tapas thing.
So what they do, they bring out a tray of food and you pick the food that you want and they put it right on the table. Do you have any idea what that is?
Tuna, and the flavor here is maybe an anchovy kind of oil. This is a fish egg thing. This one is an aubergine eggplant scramble of sorts. This one is a stuffed vegetable thing. The flavor is a little bit similar to stuffed grape leaf. Raka, licorice or an anise liquor, and it's pretty strong stuff. Dump some of this in your cup and you put some water as well, and it gets this nice white color. Gets you appropriately up.
herkes bu oyunda, kimse kalmaz sonunda.
So here we are. Apparently you only get a club if you're a couple. And so if you got a girlfriend, you're set. It's gonna be a great time. If you don't have a girlfriend, I don't really know what you're gonna do. I also don't really know what the business model is. And if you're a single girl, I don't really know what you think is gonna happen if only guys who are showing up are with the girl. So
Well, we kind of broke our own rule and had a big night. Had lunch for breakfast.
So we had to rush over here to make the last boat, 12:45. But it's a beautiful day and
It's gorgeous, yeah.
we're gonna go check out some islands.
Sırlanmış bir yere gidiyor gibisin. Benim her yerde elim kolum var. Bilmez misin yüzüm düşmüş kaç gündür düşünüyorum. Tenhalaştı kahvaltılarımız. Bomboş bakıyoruz artık. Bir bildiğin var da susuyor gibisin.
Sonu yok, o arıyor sonucunu, geri geri gidiyor. Görse bir kere burnunun ucunu beni deli ediyor. Neye kızdıysa dönük arkası, nasıl sayabilir insan yağmur damlası. Gözler kurudu ağzım, bak yine doğuyor güneş, dönüyor dünya. sözüm git olmak zorunda.
We're on the Prince Islands, and it's totally different speed here than in Istanbul. There's no cars. There's a lot of horses running around with carts. There's a lot of kitties.
It's absolutely gorgeous here. Super low key, very quiet.
The ferry was gorgeous too. Really awesome views of both Europe and Asia, and I think we're in Asia right now. It's kind of a trip.
Just what we needed after a hard night of drinking. It's really quite good. And it's a quarter.
Sonucunu geri geri gidiyor. Görse bir kere burnunun ucunu beni deli ediyor. Neye kızdıysa dönük arkası. Nasıl sayabilir insan yağmur damlası? Nasıl? Kayıp gidiyorsa elinden, kimse kalkmıyorsa yerinden, kalbi yaralı derinden, harbe dayalı.
Yeah.
What you think about?
What was that island called?
But yeah, I don't know.
Very different speed. You know, you're not in the city at all. But it was amazing. It was really, really nice and a great change of pace.
We are going to Beşiktaş neighborhood, which is the university neighborhood, I think. This is a pretty cool area. Also super fancy. We got Louis over there, a bunch of Turkish stuff that I don't know what it is.
Bir gülüşünle başladı yüreğimde fırtına. Bana hiç danışmadan aşk kapında.
Here we have some house curry anchovies. I don't know what this is. The duck breast, I think? No, this is the tongue. Smoked tongue. I'm gonna start with the anchovies.
Ne olur dokun bir kere. Yüreğim yaprak döküyor. Beni görsen sensiz halim sonbahar. Senin sokulur yakınlarıma, dokunur dudaklarıma. Hayalin yetmiyor, gel ol yanımda.
Crashing more Turkish people parties.
Çaldığın o kalbi yerine koy lütfen. Pek emin değilsen. Aradığın aşksa en güzelinden. O zaman başka açılır kapılar hazırımdığında. Sen olsan bari, sen olsan bari yok. Sen olsan bari, sen olsan bari.
Loved it.
Düşmüyorsun dilimden.
Istanbul was
Great.
probably one of the top cities on the thumbs up list ever. It was awesome. Maybe one day wouldn't have done it. Totally worth it for doing an extended layover, especially for the price.
O sen olsan var.